Hey everyone, this is Dave, Dr. Shock Becker, and just pulling the curtain back a little bit more. This room, this is the front room of the house. This is where I watch all of my movies. It's my Blu-Ray player in the distance there, and the TV obviously. This is where I watch all of the movies that I review on the podcast and that I would review on DVD Infatuation. This is it. This is the room. But the real reason I'm making this video is not just to show you that. In this space, I'll just get a quick, slow sweep of it here. In this space are between 6,000 and 7,000 DVDs. And I think I've got them, well, I think you could tell where some of them are. Probably can tell where most of them are. But this is where the bulk of my collection is. And let me just sort of show you how I've got them stored. We'll start here. Down here, I've got all of my DVDs into these books now. Criterion. That is nothing but Criterion Collection DVDs in there with the liner notes. I think over 200 in there. These other ones are just mini cases. Some of them have the liner notes, some of them are just the discs. As I said, I will go into more detail with my entire collection, bit by bit, over the coming months. But that's the start of it. I'd say in here is probably, if I were guessing, I'd say probably about 800 DVDs and Blu-rays in this case here. Or in this area here. But the bulk of my collection is down here in this closet. Start up top. Again, and these all have the liner notes with them. It's not just the disc, it's the liner notes as well. I have them broken out by decades. Pre-1950s, 1950s, 60s, 70s, needed two for the 80s, 80 to 83, 84 to 89. And then 4 cases of just sort of random storage. Now, this isn't, by no means is this every movie here that I have that was made between 80 and 83. This is certainly not my entire 1970s collection of films. These are just the ones I wanted to separate out. For example, I know that in the 70s, I know that The Godfather isn't in there, The Exorcist isn't in there, because those are, I have special editions of those, and I didn't want to break up those special editions. Coming down here, these are some of my the box sets, collectibles that I have. The Mel Brooks collection, The Wizard of Oz, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Herzog, you know, Werner Herzog's the collection, Gone with the Wind. This is actually 1959's Ben-Hur. I have the 8-movie collection of Friday the 13th, The Omen. That is Takashi Miike's Black Society trilogy. This is The Night of the Living Dead from FYE Special Collection, and this is the 50-movie set of Ingmar Bergman from Criterion. And just sort of a quick scan of other ones that I have here, special editions and whatnot. This is my British comedy shelf. And some cases are in the way here, so it's a little hard to see the rest of this. But then I have a whole bunch of these cases, again, some with liner notes, some that are just discs, holding anywhere from 192 to 420. Some of these cases hold. I have another shelf here. As you can see, this is I have The Simpsons. I have every season up to 20 except 19, which just came out. Once I get that, I'm going to stop. Season 20 they released on Blu-ray. That was the first one they released on Blu-ray because it was already in high definition. It's not as good as the other seasons, but I'm not going to rebuy it. And once I get 19, I have 1 through 18 and 20. So once I get 19, I'll be done. And I have some other things here. More discs down here, more cases down there. This, as I said, is the bulk of my collection. Oh, and also, each one of these boxes holds between 25 and 30 discs, except for some. There are some TV seasons over here. They're less. And again, this is just a quick overview. I will be breaking in, getting into these boxes and showing you what's in each one. I'm probably going to start this right after I post this video. Later today, I'll open up the 1970s and show you what movies I've singled out for inclusion, specifically in the 1970s book there. As I mentioned, it's probably, if I were guessing, I'd say it's probably not even a fifth of the movies I have that were released in the 70s, but it's ones I wanted to single out and put in that book, in that decade book. All right, coming around here. I have a small box down there, which are all of my Christmas and holiday films. That's just, I call it the traditions box. All the Christmas specials, the other holidays. I think there's some Halloween in there and whatnot. I know that it's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown is in there. I have all of the Rankin Bass Christmas specials in there. And there's even an Easter. I think Here Comes Peter Cottontail might be in there. Then we come to this drawer. I have TV seasons in here. The Sopranos. I don't know if I can open it up all the way, but all the Mad Men, all the Boardwalk Empire, all of the sitcom Taxi. Even have some sports. I have memorable Eagles games, the 1977 World Series, the 86 World Series. This is the 2008 World Series when the Phillies won. Being from Philadelphia, that was a special one. All in the Family, I have all of the Seinfelds. Well, I think my son has one of these downstairs that he's been watching. But I do have all of the Seinfelds as well. And then in this little drawer, we have movies about movies, documentaries mostly, and trailer collections. A couple trailer collections, but it's mostly documentaries about the movies themselves and the people who made them and make them. That's just a little drawer. I like to break this open every now and again and just watch these. And then this is the last little storage area here. Again, by year, or by decade, 1990s, 2000, 2009. This is 2010 to 2014. Because down here, I have 2015, 16, 17, 18, and 19, which I'm still building. I did a 5-year project where I wanted to just have as many movies from that. I wanted to fill an entire book with movies from that year. Now, I didn't start this project till 2017. That is why 2015 and 2016 are in smaller ones. I think there's only 120 some movies in those two. But in 2017, 2018, and when it is done, 2019, there'll be 192 in each of those, because that's what those books hold. And there are some other storage cases down there and on the side over here. Now, I said between 6,000 and 7,000. It could be as many as 8,000 in this room. It's hard for me to get a read. I have it broken out by movie titles, and I have some 50 movie collections where I'm counting it in this spreadsheet as 50, but it might only be like 4 or 5 discs. Those Mill Creek sets and whatnot. But then I count some of the TV seasons as 1, and that could be as many as 5 discs in there. On the spreadsheet, it's just one line of, Boardwalk Empire Season 1, but there could be 5 discs in there. So I don't know the exact number of DVDs on Blu-rays, but it's significant. Anyway, that is how I guess, hide thousands of DVDs. And it's just the best way to store them, I think. It's a lot better than all those cases all over the place. And I would love to have a room with shelves and all the cases just sitting on them, but that was never going to happen for me. So I came up with this. And as I said, I'll get into more detail with each of these books in the coming months. And later today I'll post one about the 1970s. So stay tuned.